G'day, g'day, g'day. Oh, I've got fluff on me. Excuse me, just a moment. Take the fluff off my shirt. Okay, forgive me. I'm a little unprepared today. Hello, welcome. To be perfectly honest, I just got back from my workout, so I'm a little frazzled, but I'm here, which is why you've got me au natural today. No war paint on today. But let's get straight into it because I can see there are quite a few of you here who have shown up live today. Thank you very much for being here. Today, we are talking about the 4 secrets to manifesting wealth. So this is all about recalibrating your mind, your brain for money, wealth, and abundance. All of these tapping sessions, these lives are all about recalibrating your brain and getting into alignment with the life that you want to live. Okay, so now this is what the live tap and talks are all about. So whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the replay, what you're going to do during this 30-minute broadcast is you're going to tap with me. So if you've never done tapping before and you're going, what is this weirdo doing? Then just follow along. These the EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique, is a powerful technique. And even if you are not focused on something deliberate, like a target, we call it. So a target is a limiting belief or a negative emotion or a trauma or an experience that you had or whatever it might be. Even if you're not focused on a specific target, it is still working on the central nervous system. It is still working in the background on releasing your fears, doubts, blocks, and limiting beliefs. So tap with me. And, look, if you want to do stuff in the background, then I guess that's a choice, but it's not the most empowered choice that you could be making. So I encourage you to tap with me. You don't have to tap on the same points as I'm tapping on, just tap. Now, having said that, if you're in a public place and you're going, I'm not doing that, that's weird, everybody will think I'm a weirdo, then you can do this. So you have meridian points, because that's what we're tapping on, meridian points, on the ends of your fingers, and you can tap on the ends of your fingers like this. And if your arms get tired, you can do the same thing. Not as effective. I'm assuming I have sound. Let me double check if I have sound. So frazzled that I forgot to check if I have sound. There's my beautiful dog in the background. Give me a second. No point me standing here. Yep, we have sound. Sweet. All right, keep tapping. So the 4 keys to manifesting wealth by deliberate creation, deliberately creating life, wealth. Sorry, my brain will show up any second now. All right, here we go. The 4 keys to deliberately manifesting wealth. Right, are you ready? The first one is decision. It's deciding that you want to create wealth. And you're like, well, I decided that like 50 years ago. What are you talking about? So these decisions are there are conscious decisions and there are unconscious decisions, right? So whatever your dominant decision is, that is what will be created by your transmission. Okay, so remember, you are a transmission station. You are constantly transmitting frequency, messages, every thought, every emotion, every belief is transmitting constantly, 24/7, never stops, okay? You have the receiving station, the universe, that sends back what is in alignment with whatever your dominant transmission is. So if you have positive affirmations that are going, I'm really, 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 really rich, but the dominant transmission is money is hard to make, there's never enough money, money is the root of all evil, I don't deserve to have money, then that's the foundation of what your results are, okay? So it's imperative that you change the transmission, you change the frequency and vibration. You change the frequency and vibration by ensuring that the subconscious decisions that you are making are in alignment with what it is that you want to create. And this takes a consistency of effort that most people do not apply. So here's how decisions work. When you're in your formative years, 0 to 7, you have experiences. You have certain things demonstrated to you. You live in an environment that shapes you. We are a product of our environment. So conversations that were had, or even via the things that were demonstrated but not spoken, create lasting imprints and shape your blueprint around relationships, around health, around money, around career, around all kinds of things. Every single aspect of your life. So if the results that you're getting are not the results that you want, then you've got to go back to the blueprint, to the foundation. So you could, there is so much information out there now that there are tens of thousands of strategies out there that would be incredibly effective at creating $1 million, a multi-million dollar, $1 billion business. No bones about it. The problem is, if you don't have the foundation, if your subconscious mind is not making decisions in alignment with having $1 million business, a $10 million business, $100 million business, $1 billion business, if the foundation isn't there, if the frequency and vibrational alignment is not there, it will never happen. So, for instance, somebody could take the entire blueprint of any one of Elon Musk's billion-dollar businesses and hand it to them and say, these are the exact steps that I took. These are the exact decisions that I made. These are the exact investments that I made. These are the investors that I got the money from. They could give them the entire blueprint and they'd screw it up. Most people would screw it up because they're not in vibrational alignment with it. Their foundation isn't solid. This is so key. So this is where you need to think about, well, if I'm not getting the results that I want, what decisions am I making subconsciously that is causing me to self-sabotage? That is interrupting my frequency and vibration, that is disrupting my frequency and vibration around money, around abundance, around relationships, around my health, around whatever it might be. I do apologize. Just bear with me a second. I'll just dab the sweat off my brow. This is what happens when I go for my workout right before I get on a live. The joys of live. So it's super imperative that you are doing the discovery work, okay? And you are finding out what are the blocks, what are the fears, what are the doubts that are stopping you. That is the most important work that you will do. And here's where the magic happens. Once you don't have to be in full alignment. Doesn't have to be perfect. But once you are in enough of an alignment and you are reinforcing those subconscious decisions through the actions that you take, through the thoughts that you reinforce and the beliefs that you reinforce. I know it sounds like hard work, but you have a choice. You have a choice to do this work, get in alignment, and then check yourself each and every day and reinforce the new decisions and the new beliefs every day, or stay stuck right where you are for the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. What's it going to be? Okay. The brain is so incredibly powerful. You are incredibly powerful, but nobody gave you a manual when you arrived. You have this incredibly powerful operating system up here and nobody told you how to use it. You're figuring it out. The beauty of this is you are here, you are figuring this out. You are determined to rewire your brain, and that's why you're doing the tapping. That's why you're showing up for these lives. That's why you keep showing up for yourself, because you are deciding, just being here, whether live or watching the replay, just being here, you are deciding that your dreams are non-negotiable. You are deciding that you will do the work. You are deciding that you are going to create a new future for yourself. So, okay, that's number one, is the decisions. And that is so key. That's why I've spent so long on it. So, decisions. The second one is to reclaim your energy and recalibrate your energy. So, all of us, to a certain degree, are leaking our energy to things and an old history that do not serve us. Energy that could be put into constructive, creative ways. So, for instance, if somebody did something bad to you 10, 50 years ago, and you still have anger and resentment, and if, in other words, if you're still pissed off about it, then you are leaking energy that you could be using in a more constructive way. You could be channeling that energy, because energy is, everything is energy, frequency, and vibration, and your energy is really, really precious. When you channel as much of your energy as you can into creating the life that you want to live, everything changes. But if you're leaking energy with your attachment to past events and past people, then you're literally fragmenting your energy, and that's really destructive to you creating the future life that you want. So, forgiveness. Now, the last tap and talk that I did was about forgiveness, and I just checked it this morning, and for some reason only half of it's there. Like, my tap and talk was 35 minutes long and there's only 15 minutes of it there. So I don't know what happened to the rest of my tap and talk, and that's really frustrating. But what I am going to do is I'm going to do another tap and talk on forgiveness. So I do 2 of these a week, and I'll do another one on forgiveness because this is so, so important. What you can do is write down all the people that you feel did something bad to you, that you still feel angry about. Maybe there was some form of abuse that happened. Maybe they abandoned you. Maybe they betrayed you. Maybe they stole from you. And you actually write down all your feelings around who they are, what they did. Then what do? Take these things here, your digits, and do this weird thing to your face. You tap. You tap on releasing those feelings, and you reclaim your energy. You recalibrate your frequency and vibration. The other thing is, if all this sort of resentment and anger and frustration and disappointment and all of that is still trapped in your energetic system, it is affecting your frequency and vibration so much more than you realize. When you let that baggage go, you will automatically feel, you know how we say, oh, a weight lifted off my shoulders. And it is literally a weight. Energy is dense, man. You're an energetic being, and you feel solid. You're not. You feel solid. You're just energy. It's all just energy. This is all just a holographic projection. It is an illusion of your own creation. You are a powerful creative force who is creating your life moment by moment by moment by moment. And once you reclaim all that energy and you focus it into creating the life that you want, everything changes. It is your consistent focus on what it is that you do want, and your combined with your alignment, that creates your future life. So that's number 2. So there's decisions, and then there's the recalibration, letting go of all that old baggage, forgiving others, forgiving yourself. Really key, by the way, forgiving yourself for all the things that you did do that you shouldn't have done, for all the things that you didn't do that you should have done, for all the bad decisions that you've made, for all the failures that have happened. You know, all that stuff. Forgive yourself. It is what it is. It happened. You learned a lesson. It's okay. So the 4th thing is allowing. Abraham Hicks' favorite thing, the art of allowing. So you realize that in this co-creative dance that we are in with the universe, with the energetic, we are playing with this energy. We are literally playing with all of this energy that is available to us and through us. And as we do this dance, we are creating our life moment by moment. It is our focus and our intention. The universe will organize itself around your dominant intention, which goes back to the subconscious programming and the subconscious decisions. And all of that energy that you are focusing on is creating a future. The problem is people are too impatient. It's like, well, I'm thinking about manifesting. I'm thinking about what I want. Why isn't it here yet? Do you see the resistance in that? The minute you doubt that it is coming, that it is on its way, you set up resistance. The minute you start to question the process, you set up resistance. The thing is that today's results are yesterday's news. Okay? Today's life that you are living are the result of the thoughts that you thought yesterday and the day before and the day before that and the day before that and the day before that. The thoughts you are thinking today, the dominant thoughts that you are thinking today, the beliefs that you have today are in effect creating your tomorrow or your next week or your next month. This is a process. Allow the unfolding. Trust the process. Trust that it's all coming together, because the moment you trust and have faith in the process, in the unfolding, the moment you trust and have faith that what you want wants you, the moment you trust and have faith and you just keep going in the same direction, you pick up your oar, you turn your boat downstream and you keep paddling in the direction that you want to go, you will get to your destination. So I thought up a term today, and it is the manifestation gestation. So think of it like when you have a dream and a vision, think about a woman who's pregnant. So there is the process of getting pregnant. We're not going to go into that today. That's a whole other live stream. So there's the process of getting pregnant and conceiving the child. Now, for a human, there is a 9-month lag, gestation period, before that child is actually born into the world. Now, you can see evidence of the pregnancy along the way, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. But there is a gestation period. Think of your vision, your dreams, your creative, what you are creating the same way. In the same manner, if you think of the process of that child growing in the womb, that child has one singular thing that it needs to do. It is shut off from the world in the womb, which is a completely self-contained space, to do one thing: to grow into a little tiny human who is capable of existing outside of the womb without the embryo attached. That is its one job. That is all it does for 9 months. Doesn't do anything else for 9 months. Doesn't play on its phone. Doesn't watch telly. For 9 months, all it does is it grows to become a human being who can exist outside of the womb without the embryo attached. And you need to think of your goals, your vision, your dreams in the same way. You need to show up consistently in the same way. You need to be so singularly focused and not distracted that the baby at no time does the baby think about going and doing something else. It just grows and develops. The cells multiply and divide. And it is such a magical, miraculous experience. And we've normalized it. It's just normal. People, it's a fun time. It's an interesting time, but people just have babies. So imagine like you are pregnant with your idea and you go through whatever process you need to go through to conceive the idea into the world. And then you focus consistently. I mean, you don't have to do it 24/7 for 9 months, but you focus consistently, religiously, with no resistance on birthing your idea, your vision into the world, and you allow the process to unfold. The difference between the pregnancy and your idea being birthed into the world is that your idea being birthed into the world is not predictable. There's a whole lot of unpredictable stuff that's going to happen along the way. A whole lot of unexpected things that you never realized were a part of this journey that you are embarking on. But the point is, whatever happens, even if it looks like a failure or a setback, or, you know, even if it looks like nothing's happening, trust that it's happening. Trust that you are learning your way forward. Trust that as you focus, everything is aligning. People will come into your world to assist you. You will learn that, or you will discover that there are skills that you need to develop and information that you need to learn and people you need to align with. But if you are singularly focused, all of that hard work out there will kind of gravitate toward you. It will be magnetized toward you. This is the power of your thoughts. You will magnetize what you need to birth your idea into the world like magic. As long as you are singularly focused, you are consistent, and you let go of the fears, the doubts, the blocks, and limiting beliefs so you can align your frequency and vibration. So allow the process to unfold. And the fourth thing is your self-love, your self-belief, your self-confidence, and your self-worth. 4 things: self-worth, self-belief, self-confidence, and self-love. And I talk about these a lot in my trainings and my teachings, because if you don't have the self-confidence and the self-worth, how on earth do you ever think you're going to create wealth and riches? If you don't believe you're worth it, it's not going anywhere. The riches will stay out there somewhere, waiting to come in, waiting till you feel worthy to receive them, waiting till you enough that you will choose in favor of you, that you will make the right decisions that allow those riches to come to you. Because whatever you want wants you. But if you are in a state of self-loathing, self-hatred, or even if you just feel like, I'll never be good enough, I don't deserve it, I'm not worth it, then your frequency and vibration is not in alignment with receiving the rewards that you say that you want. So work on yourself. Constantly work on yourself. Do this all the time. Even if you don't know what you're tapping on, tap. It's just that powerful and transformational. So they're the 4 things. It's the decisions. It's recalibrating your frequency and vibration. It's letting go of what isn't serving you, the energy leaks. It's allowing the unfolding, trusting the unfolding, knowing that it's all perfect. Instead of expecting it to all happen instantly, expect and anticipate the journey. Fall in love with the journey. And the last one, fall in love with yourself. Self-worth, self-belief, self-confidence, self-love. Work on those 4 things. And these are the foundations of being a manifesting genius. You master these things, you will master life. You'll master wealth. You'll master relationships. You'll be in such incredible alignment that your life will just be one big bliss bomb. It'll be amazing living in that place where everything just falls into place for you. And knowing that when you have an idea, when you have a thought, that as long as you focus on it consistently, positively, and you're releasing whatever is holding you back, you're releasing the blocks that are stopping you from actually manifesting that into the world, then it's inevitable. The result is inevitable. And once you understand that, that's when you become unstoppable, because you get out of your own way. And no matter what it looks like in the moment, you go, man, it's all part of the process. It's all part of the journey. Oh, didn't expect that to happen. That sucks. It's all part of the journey. Every problem that comes up, you are bigger than any problem or challenge you will ever face. Once you understand that, and you know that every problem has a solution and your job is to just find the solution. That is the nature of life. Life is a series of problems that we need to find solutions to. And depending on where you're at in your problem-solving journey, if you think about somebody like Elon Musk, he's just the best possible example, and where he started, do you think when he was at university, like 35 years ago, do you think he had the capacity to not just build, but run multiple multi-billion-dollar businesses like SpaceX, like Tesla, like the Boring Company, like Neuralink, like X? No, of course he didn't. He grew into that person. He became that person because he was relentless. He was consistent. He was singularly focused on whatever was in front of him, and he got very, very, very good at solving problems. Extremely good at solving problems. But he didn't start there. Doesn't matter where you're at. Start where you're at. Use what you have. Do what you can. Stay singularly focused on what it is that you want to create, and the result will be inevitable. And do the work. Get out of your own way. Get rid of those blocking beliefs and be unstoppable. Okay, I'm going to leave it there today. So thank you for bearing with me while my brain got into gear today. It was all over the place. I've got to get up a little bit earlier to get all my stuff done before I do these lives in the morning. I love you loads. Keep tapping. Oh, by the way, if you want my free download, which is the ultimate guide to money blocks, I've got a list of 600 common money blocks, and you can go through and identify which ones you have, and you can release those using what? Tapping. Then just type money blocks in the comments below. I will also, the link is in the description, and I will put the link in the comments once this has finished doing whatever it does on YouTube. I will be back in a couple of days' time with another one of these tapping talks. Keep tapping, keep backing yourself. Know that you can achieve anything you put your mind to. I believe in you. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.